Welcome to the first episode of the LMGlab. Maybe we're not starting off with a big bang project as we should have, but hey, the car behind us is really cool itself, and even if only performing the oil change, it's gonna make a lot of fun. Let's see how it's done.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the one.
Before changing your oils, make sure your car is properly warmed up. Why? Because oil picks up all the debris and gets more liquid, so to say. Viscosity changes when the oil is hotter, so you want it to drain as much as possible. We got most of the oil out. Now let's do the syringe thing.
Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside
Okay, after draining all the oil out and cleaning the plug, it's time to seal the differential again by putting this plug in. It has no extra washer because it's conical shaped.
Sometimes I can't tell if
It has to be tightened to 45-46 Newton meters.
fire spreading all around my room.
And be super careful, because most of the things you can do by feeling, but this one with the conical shape you can easily under or over tighten, and in both cases it's not really what you want to do. Okay. The oil fill-in plug is sitting right here.
I wanna taste your content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption.
In order to be able to fill the oil in without problems, I made this extension, because otherwise, even though the bottles are made this way, it's too short.
Loud music till the wick burns out.
So, how do you know when there's enough oil in there? It's pretty easy. You keep pouring it, and when it starts to come out, it's enough and you have to close it.
It's coming like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on day. Dreams got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Okay, that's it with the rear differential. Let's move on to the gearbox and transfer box. Those share the same oil, so it's important to disconnect the link pipe to get as much oil out as possible, just like in the rear. The main screw for the gearbox oil change is here.
Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Believe it or not, this was the easier part of the job. The harder part of the job, when it comes to gearbox oil change, is putting new oil in. Because as crazy as it might seem, you have to put the new oil in through the dipstick where you normally measure the oil level.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee. I live inside my own.
The oil drain plug is right there. It's the same 12mm Allen bolt as we are used to having it from the Gearbox.
Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me.
I'm usually using this tool for removing oil filters, although in this particular car it's relatively difficult to get to it. But it still works. Make sure you don't over tighten it when putting it back, because you're gonna have a hell of a time next time.
Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing.
We are doing great so far, but hey, don't forget about the last step. Pouring in the fresh engine oil. I like to do it with the fuel pump fuse out. I like to crank the engine with no start till it gets the oil pressure, till the needle in the oil pressure gauge moves.
Lately, yeah, just picking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah, just tripping on days.
With all that fresh oil, I really don't see any more reasons why we shouldn't take this Lancia for a great road trip. Would you like to join us? See you in the next LMGlab episode. Bye!